Okay, this is cycle 2, week 9, and this is bottle rockets. So this will be really, really fun. We're going to pray for some good weather so that we can do this outside. It's kind of windy here. It looks like there might be a storm that is coming. So I'm going to try to keep all of my stuff from blowing off my little setup here. But before I go into how to create the bottle rocket, I'm going to give you an example using this balloon of one of the laws of physics that we're going to be using to maybe help explain why the bottle rocket works. And that is Newton's law that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I've blown up this little balloon here, and you guys all know when I let it go what's going to happen, but this is a good illustration for the kiddos so that they can see when the air begins to come out of the balloon is going to shoot off in the opposite direction, and then it's going to go flying all over everywhere. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but basically I'm going to let it go, and there it goes. So we have an equal and opposite reaction. So you might not want to bring that in until after you've done the bottle rockets and you're going through the explanation, but I at least wanted to do that before I forgot at the end of our bottle rocket launch here. So I'm going to show you now how to set up your bottle rocket. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 2 napkins, and you guys will have these. You're just going to unfold them once so that you have 2 long, skinny rectangles, and you're going to put them one on top of the other. All right, and then you're going to take 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and I will have teaspoons so that you can measure out your baking soda, but I've already measured mine for today. And you're just going to pour it right down the center of this top napkin, and you're going to leave about 2 to 3 inches in the middle, trying to make a nice skinny line. But this is going to be the charge for our rocket. So we want all the baking soda to kind of be right here in the middle, and we want to leave 2 to 3 inches on the sides where there isn't any. And then we're going to fold these corners, these short edges in to meet one another. And then we're going to fold the long sides together so that we have kind of a little bit of a like envelope kind of. And then we're going to start where the baking soda is, and we're going to roll it into a tube. You should roll it about 2 to 3 times. And now I have a long tube that's full basically of baking soda. And I'm going to just set this over here to sit and wait until my rocket is ready as I'm dropping this out. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take 16 to 20 ounce bottle of water. You could do a 2-liter bottle, but what I found is that the bigger bottles, my popsicle sticks weren't long enough to create a tripod, and that's what we're trying to do, is kind of create a base for our rocket. So if you wanted to use a bigger bottle, just either get longer sticks or maybe some unsharpened pencils or something like that you can use in lieu of the popsicle sticks. But I've already put 2 rubber bands around here, and sorry, my dog's going crazy. Just put your popsicle sticks down inside both of the rubber bands. I just used 2 to make it nice and secure. If you want to use tape instead of rubber bands, that will work too. The thing you want to make sure of is that all 3 of your sticks or pencils or whatever you use are about the same height from the top of the bottle, and then you'll all have a stopper. So go ahead and put the stopper in the bottle, and what this will do is just help you make sure that your bottle has a nice flat tripod and that it stands up even with the stopper in. So mine's good, just like that. So I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to turn it back up, and I'm going to unstop it. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out and pour 4 ounces of water. And you guys will all have one of these little plastic cups that's marked with measurement. So just fill it with 4 ounces of water. And I'll get you guys some funnels as well. Funnels, I mean, you guys would be able to pour this in just fine, I think. But if you would like to have some of your student helpers do this just so they can be involved in the process, that might be a good idea. Help keep them engaged while you're setting this whole thing up. But we've got 4 ounces of water poured into the bottle, and then I'm going to pour in 2 ounces of vinegar. So let me get 2 ounces of vinegar poured in here. 2. And then I'm going to pour this down into my rocket. And then once this is poured in there, I'm going to take my charge, my little rolled up baking soda napkin thing, and I'm very gently going to place this down inside the rocket. Okay, inside the bottle. And as soon as I do this, I'm going to put the stopper in. This is really important. This is going to impact the charge of your rocket. So stick it in there and then put the stopper on. And now we're going to give it a good shake back and forth one time. Not going to over agitate it. I'm going to set the rocket upside down, and then I'm going to step back. And we're going to see what happens as I just got water all over my laptop. So basically you saw the bottle rocket explode. I think if I used maybe a little bit more baking soda or maybe a little bit more napkin, it would have shot off a little bit farther. Or maybe if I didn't stop the stopper in so hard, maybe I just gently put it in there and then turned it over, it would have flowed higher. But that is exactly the process. The reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar causes a reaction, and then that reaction causes the bottle to shoot up off the counter. And that is cycle 2, week 9.